Alright, this is going to be a short and very sloppy video, really. I don't feel like doing any fancy editing with this. But I just wanted to show off real quick one of the bigger things about this game. And anyone who played the original Intellivision version of this game knows about the recognizer battles, which are one of the coolest parts of the original game. For those who are not familiar, every now and then the large recognizer from the Tron movie will come into the arena in order to repair all of the doors that you've jammed open over the course of your battles. And it's possible to damage the recognizer for a fairly large point bonus, and that also preserves your open doors, which is very useful. And the recognizer was a very fearsome beast back in its day. Giant sprite, terrifying noise, and it's a part of the game that I have just started working on, since the Disc Warrior battle portion of the game is more or less working at this point. There are a lot of little bugs and details still need to be dealt with, but I figured it was time I started working on this, and I wanted to show off just a little bit of what I have so far for the recognizer. At the moment, all it does is enter the screen. You can see it here in the center. This was after it's already entered. So now we're going to get to the hacky part of the video, and I'm going to go ahead and mess around with the emulator and the code and show it actually entering. So the recognizer can enter from one of three sides, either the left, the right, or the top. And here it is coming in from the left. And this is more or less the way it works in the Intellivision version. It comes in and stops right about the center, and at this point it would start repairing the doors, and you could start trying to destroy it. Now, the entry from the right looks pretty much the same, not a whole lot to that, but I will show off the entry from the top. Little code hackery here. So the top entry was a little more difficult and still not quite working right. I need to mess with it, but you see, I wanted to clip the recognizer against the score line. I think in the Intellivision version it actually appeared over the score line, and I really don't like that. But it's not 100% there yet. It seems like it's coming in too low, and there's a weird, like, one frame stutter once it clears the score line. So I need to figure out what's going on there. But I have the top entry pretty much working the way it should. Like I said, a couple little bugs to iron out there. Just in case you're curious, there's a little blue square in the middle. That's actually the player's disc. I haven't implemented the player in the recognizer loop yet, but the disc is still drawn at this point, so it's just sitting there. I think the next thing I do is probably going to be to get the player on the screen and being able to move him around while the recognizer is coming in. Touching the recognizer is instantly fatal, which will be very easy to do. So that's about where the recognizer stands. Not a lot of progress, but still it's kind of a big step because I at least have the beginning in place. And maybe next week I can start working on the meat of the recognizer battle, which is the door repairs and the trying to get the eye in there. There's an eye that you can hit with your disc to break it, and that's gonna be a little tricky. I need to figure out how I'm going to use the screen objects to pull that off, but I'm sure I can come up with something. So that's gonna be it for now. So I just wanted to show everyone the beastly recognizer. I do plan on making some changes to the color at some point. The Intellivision one is two-tone. Everything above the, let's call them shoulders, is a different color. I haven't gotten around to doing that yet, and I'm not sure exactly how I want to color it. But it will be more than just solid red once I'm done with it. I might try to get a little fancier than that. It's going to be kind of difficult with the way the sprites work on the 5200, but I might be able to come up with something. And once I do, I will be sure to post some more videos about it. So that's it for now, and pay attention to this channel for further updates.